Many of today's healthcare professionals are in agreement. Children and adults with special needs are much better served when given the opportunity to experience life without barriers. Studies show when in an atmosphere of understanding and acceptance, such exposure and enrichment often leads to integral growth and self-confidence.
Children and adults with challenging illnesses and special needs don't have the opportunity in the real world to be real people and define who they are by their personality and their character. They're always defined by their illness or their challenge. They live in hospitals most of the time trying to get well, or they're being cared for all the time by the same people over and over again. To go to a place where you can escape all that, a safe haven where you can be who you are, surrounded by people in the same situation, you can realize that there's more to life than you've ever imagined.
Established in 1993, this is Camp for All, a unique barrier-free camp working in partnership with 56 other nonprofits to enrich the lives of children and adults with challenging illnesses or special needs and their families throughout the year. More than 7,000 campers converge on these 200-plus acres here in Burton, Texas, 90 minutes from both Austin and Houston, to enjoy a wide array of activities that are universal in design and provide many opportunities to discover life.
Camp for All began with a dream. 3 gentlemen, 2 doctors, and 1 man who lost his son to cancer got together and wanted to build a place where people with challenging illnesses and special needs could go and truly live life. Camp for All provides 206 acres of a barrier-free facility, a totally barrier-free facility for children and adults with special needs. They come and they can do activities that are universal in design, meaning that there are multiple ways to do each activity. There's multiple ways to shoot an arrow. There's multiple ways to climb a climbing wall and come down a zip line. There are multiple ways to experience archery. There are multiple ways to experience horses. Anybody can ride a horse. If you don't have any legs, you can ride a horse and suddenly you have 4. Our challenge course is unique and the only one like it in the world. And we can get anybody that normally resides in a wheelchair up a climbing wall and down a zip line, screaming with delight.
More than 7,000 campers come to Camp for All each year and learn life skills they'll use for the rest of their lives. Camp for All was built with absolutely no barriers for children and adults with special needs, so they can experience the thrill of camping and nature just like their able-bodied peers.
Barrier-free at Camp for All means that anybody in a wheelchair can go anywhere on this campus. You go into a restroom at Camp for all the stalls are accessible, not one, all of them. And that culture is carried throughout this campus. Camp for All collaborates with 56 different nonprofits. So children and adults with cancer, cardiac, renal, HIV disease, mitochondrial disease, autism, Tourette syndrome can apply to come to a group that comes to Camp for All. So they need to talk to their social worker and see if they know of a camp that comes to our camp.
A recognized leader for creating and providing proven life-changing experiences, Camp for All employs a passionate and professional staff with cutting-edge facilities and universal programming, all designed to broaden the horizons of campers and their families.
Since Holly started coming to Camp for All, we definitely see an increase in her confidence, her enthusiasm. Her time here means the world to her, and she talks about it the entire year long. She talks about the people that are here, and she just thinks that they're her best friends, and she can't wait to come back. So we hear about it all year long, and it really, truly is the highlight of her year. As a parent, I'm responsible for Holly's care 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. There are no breaks. It's always having to do medicine. There's always something. And while she's here at Camp for All, I get to actually that's the only time the whole entire year that I can just sit back and relax and not have to worry about, are we getting the medicine in time? And what are we going to do, and when's the next therapy? It's the only time of year that I get to sit back and read a book, or just think and listen to some music, or do whatever it is that I want to do and get refreshed.
I've been a volunteer for Camp for All for 10 years, and what I love about it is seeing the resiliency of these kids and adults. They wake up every morning to a myriad of different issues and challenges, and they meet them head on. They're not here to feel sorry for themselves, they are here to live, and they do. My advice to any parent who is thinking about Camp for All is to come out here and just see the magic that happens. And it is truly magic when you see these kids interacting.
Camp for All has served over 90,000 children and adults since we opened our doors. The best way for me to describe what happens to the campers is when they say, "I can't wait to get back." And that's what happens here. They take it home with them, and it impacts them the rest of the year. It's not one child telling us this, it's every child.
A world unto itself, Camp for All was designed with a can-do attitude, regardless of one's challenges. In such an atmosphere of understanding and acceptance, campers discover hope and realize they are not alone.
I began coming to Camp for All back in 1998 at the age of 8 years old. I've grown a lot in the sense of opening up the world to myself and making sure that I'm an advocate for myself, and that I tell myself yes. I'm a staff member now, and I enjoy the grin and the excitement of a camper doing something for the first time that they never thought they were going to be able to do. The greatest effect that Camp for All has on my life is I challenged myself. I continued my goals, I worked for my goals, and I didn't stop. Some people with disabilities, they reach a plateau and that's it, they stop. But for me, when I reached that plateau, I just kept going, and I just kept climbing the mountain. I just kept going. I saw the challenge and I didn't stop.
It is very important for Camp for All to continue the level of quality that we provide. So as an organization, we are always trying to stay a step ahead of what our campers need and what our partners need. And as we move forward, we are going to make sure we are meeting that need and continue to be a quality organization providing quality care. At Camp for All, campers discover life. If you want to be a part of that, you need to come see our camp, go online and look at what we're doing here. We're changing the world.
Learn more about Camp for All today, providing opportunities for children and adults with challenging illnesses and special needs to discover life. For more information or to donate, go to campforall.org or call the number on your screen.